G'day folks, how you going? Welcome back to another video. I'm just on my way into camp again this morning. Do another couple of days, a bit more progress on the build, and hopefully entertain you in the progress. So I decided to start filming on the way in today, just on my phone. When we left last time, we did the work on the fireplace, and the big question was the way I'd constructed it. Was it structurally sound, and would it still be standing and in place when I return this time? So I thought it'd be fun to maybe record my entrance into the camp after not being there for it's been only a week, and so you can get my reaction firsthand if indeed I turn up and it is collapsed. So anyway, so we are at the camp now, and like I said, I have not seen any. I'm going to avoid looking inside. We're walking past at the moment. I'm going to avoid looking inside so you can see my reaction to the fireplace. And oh, is it still there or has it collapsed? 3, 2, 1. It's still there. I'll turn you around. Here we go. There we go. I figured it would be. It's a pretty solid structure. Still quite damp. Interesting. Still quite damp. It does wobble a little bit. So I think some of the work that I'm going to do today, I want to do a bit more work on this opening area here. I think I might try and put a little bit more reinforcement up the sides as well. Probably all the way up here. And all the way up here. So yeah, so that's good news, eh? So what I'll do, give me some time now. I'll dump my gear. I've still got to go and get my second bag from the car, and we'll get this video underway. Welcome back. Okay, there we go. So that's that's all the work I'm going to do on the fireplace today. I was surprised by how little the clay from last week's efforts hadn't really dried. Well, I can't really be surprised. Look, it's only the first week of spring. We haven't had a particularly warm week. I think we may have even had some periodic rain over those periods, and obviously this isn't in direct sunlight, and none of this got any fire in it before I left last time. So I can't be surprised. But so yeah, anyway, I did end up managing, as you can see here, I've built up a little bit more of a platform here, and a little bit more around the sides, and also put some clay further down the sides for a little bit more reinforcement, and just a little bit extra along the bottom there. I think still at some point, once it's all dried, later down the track, I'll make up once everything's finished, I'll make up a runnier mix of the clay and maybe go over it just to fill some of those cracks and crevices, and make it a little bit more neater and nicer. My plans for this, I haven't really discussed yet, this opening here where the smoker rack is. So obviously I need to still maintain access to this. I don't want to close it off. It's such a useful thing to have there, and it's been used many times, such as with the ribs last week or the week before. So yeah, I want to maintain access to that. But if I don't close this off, then obviously it's just an avenue for smoke to escape before it gets up the chimney. So my plans in my head at this stage, and you know how it goes in my plans, they flip-flop around and mull around, and I'll have a crack at something and it'll work or it won't work, and if it doesn't work, I'll try something else. So this is my plan at the moment. So what I want to do is cut and shape a piece of wood that will fit in here. So what I'll probably do is get it fairly close, and then once I've got it fairly close, I'll build a bit more of the clay and rock layer around to bring it into that piece of wood. And then, so it's almost there. And I think what I'll probably end up doing is then putting some wet clay around the wood itself, and then sit that in there while the clay is wet, let that slowly dry, so that when you pull it out and it dries off, it will kind of make a little bit of a seal against here to prevent smoke leaking out. Hopefully that made sense. That's how it's working in my head at the moment anyway. So anyway, that's probably it's not going to be this weekend. Right, so for now I just want to get a fire in here and get it going, and yeah, I'll probably have to go and chop some firewood after that. First things though, I need to cut that paracord. Alright, so moment of truth. When I cut this paracord, is it all going to go twang and spring out, fall to pieces, have the vine come out? I don't think so. I'm pretty confident. So let's go. It's like cutting a ribbon on a bridge. Alright, that was pretty non-eventful. Okay, that's exactly how I was hoping it would go. There we go. I was just thinking before, I have this shocking habit when I'm working on this that I'll work on it, decide that I've finished for the day, I'll go down the creek and wash my hands, and then when I come back, the first thing I do is look at it and go, oh, here's a bit I can touch up, and I'll go and get my hands all muddy again. Anyway, there we go. It's off. And so far, so good. So what I want to do now is get a fire going in here and let this soak up some heat and start to dry out, eh? These aren't the originals, of course. I made these. They're just simple cotton makeup remover pads that I've soaked in candle wax. They're good. They burn for about 8 minutes. folks, it's your favourite time and mine. It's time to cook, followed by time to eat. I'm pretty hungry, so yeah, you're gonna see something on the display here which is a little bit foreign to the channel. Something a little bit green and healthy, and certainly a lack of meat and fat. So yeah, look, I got a phone call that many people have received themselves, I'm sure, at my age, from my doctor, and the doctor basically said, looking at the results of all your blood tests, everything's fine except your cholesterol's like high range. So yeah, and I thought, okay, that's fine, I can deal with that. And then he's, well, I need you to come back and see me sometime between now and Christmas, and if nothing's changed, then he mentioned the medication word. Well, it'll be a cold day in hell before I take medication for something that seems to me so simple to resolve, barring any unforeseen underlying issues. So yeah, I'm on a bit of a health kick. So yes, so tonight's meal, which is also my lunch and breakfast, first meal of the day, because I'm also intermittent fasting for the same reason, we are doing today. So I've got a bit of salmon skin on, so I'm going to do a crispy skinned salmon, clearly on a bed of asparagus with what am I doing? I'm going to do a sauce which is like a it's a caper and dill infused yogurt sauce. Sounds right, eh? Pretty simple. Should be pretty simple. I'm certainly looking forward to eating it. So let's get cracking on with that. So first off, I want to get the asparagus going and some heat. I'm not going to fuss around with it and pre-boil my water. I'm just going to, you know, chuck it in, keep it all nice and simple. You can, if you want to get really fancy, go and, actually, I might just chop the very tips of these off, because they do tend to dry out a bit and get a bit on the woody side. You can get fancy if you want and kind of peel the bottom of these, because they can get a bit tough. Or certainly it's recommended that the bottoms of them, you kind of maybe cook them a little bit longer than you do your tops and all that sort of thing, but I'm just gonna no fuss shove it all in there. Get some water in there. Alright, so once you've got your water in there, I'm just simply adding some salt, and then I'll try and get the lid on. There we go. Alright, we'll get this over the fire. I'm going to have to let that come to the boil a bit for a little while before we start prepping this salmon. Okay, that's hanging in there. I'm satisfied with how that's going. It shouldn't take too long to come to the boil. The other thing I thought we should probably do is the sauce. Now, I neglected to bring a bowl. I also forgot to bring lemon juice. We'll get cracking with this sauce. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to mix it up in this little bag. Always bring a few Ziploc bags with you. They certainly come in handy. So to start with, I'll probably put in about, maybe half a tub of yogurt. This is just Greek. Alright, so into that I'm just going to add some salt and pepper. I'm just going to chop up some capers and throw those in. Scoop those up, chuck them in the bag. Next I've got some another one of these little squeezy tubey things. They're so convenient for camping. This one is dill paste. So put a good blob of that in there. And there we go. Like I said, I'd probably put some lemon in there as well, but I forgot it. There we go, all mixed up, ready to go. We'll give it a taste, because that's what you do. Oh, bang on. That's going to be really good. Okay, so the asparagus has been boiling away for a few minutes now. It shouldn't take too much longer for that to be ready. So I'm going to start prepping the salmon. Really, really simple. Just keep it simple with this one. Simple salt and pepper. That's all you need. Plenty on that skin, because we want the skin to crisp up nicely. Right, pan. I actually like to stick it in while the pan is cold. I don't know if that is better or not better, or if that's really the way that it's recommended that you do it. This is just a little bit of peanut oil. Yeah, I've always found that if you just put it in cold like that and then slowly bring it up to temperature, I find I get a bit of a crispier skin. I don't know, each to their own. I'm no expert, what do I know? I might, while we're at it, I'll just chuck some seasoning on top as well. Save me doing it in the fireplace. Alright, let's go and get this on the flame. Alright, let's just quickly play it up before this battery runs flat on the camera. So I've already drained the asparagus. Yum. I absolutely love asparagus. I love the texture, I love the flavour. I'm just not keen on the what it does to your pee in the morning. Anyway, let's go get that salmon. It's toasty. It's hot in that fireplace. I'll tell you what, that cooks super quick. That's nice crispy skin though. Beautiful. Alright, bit of the sauce. I think what we'll do, cut the corner off the sauce. Get it all on there. Oh, that heaps good. Alright, there we go. So that's crispy skin salmon with asparagus with a caper and dill infused yogurt sauce. Sounds pretty fancy, but pretty bloody simple really. Let's give it a go. Oh, salmon is perfectly cooked, nice and pink in the middle. Look at that. Yum, just how you want it. And with that sauce, let's get a bit of asparagus on there. Oh, hang on. I forgot to take my Instagram photo. I absolutely nailed this one. Absolutely nailed it. Alright, I'll sit down and finish it and enjoy this. It's bloody lovely. Well, as you'd expect, that was bloody awesome. I think dill is such an underrated herb. It's I absolutely love it. Right. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I know you didn't. Yeah, look, I think I'm going to bring this video to end. So I'll say goodbye. Hooroo. I'll see you next time. Bye. Good morning and welcome to the Antarctic where it is cold.